Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's actually not the picture I wanted. I don't know how it switched. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hump day is over. Almost at the end of the week. We are almost at the end of the week. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We're going to talk about a couple of things this afternoon. I'm going to say I hope you had a wonderful day this afternoon. And that it's been, give you something. Hey, Karina, good afternoon. Hey, C. Mandy, good afternoon. Thank you, user 863. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all, I saw something earlier. I'm going to show it to you while we're in here. I saw something earlier before I start telling you about some of the other things I've seen today. Can I continue to say thank you, Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom has MAGA on the biggest crash out tour I think I've seen in a really long time. And a crash out tour that's sticking. Trump's crashing from it. The Trumpers are crashing from it because they don't know how to deal with this. When somebody matches their energy, they don't know how to receive it. Y'all, I saw this earlier. Honey, liberals are going all in on this trolling, beloved. All in on the trolling, beloved. Hey, Lori. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Gen X Michael. Oh, you're a Trumper, Michael? You think that'll never be? Well, why are you here? I gotta let you go, beloved. You're a socialist. You're a firefighter. You probably getting a pension right now. In here all loud. I had to put him out. All out. It'll never happen. But you're a socialist right now, sir. You have a government job. You're a firefighter. Your salary and your pension, all that shit is paid by the taxpayers of your area. So if you don't believe in socialism, why the fuck are you a firefighter? I saw that Gavin Newsom tweeted, I hate Kid Rock. Listen. I hate him so much, I didn't want the meme on my phone, so I didn't even save it. I said, I can't stand Kid Rock either. Hey, Smashly, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ashley. Good afternoon to everyone. Hey, TikTok is racist. Good afternoon. Hey, perfect strangers. Have you seen the comments on the White House TikTok page? No, because I didn't know the White House had a TikTok page, so I don't even pay attention to it, C. Mandy. I wouldn't even visit it because I don't want TikTok to think I want to see more of that shit. It's just propaganda. That's all the White House puts out is propaganda. Like, I don't know if there are any DMV local folks here right now, but they were interviewing J.D. Vance, and they said to him, we noticed you have a lot of National Guards troops all around the National Mall and Union Station. Why? He said, because there's tons of vagrants around Union Station. Wait a minute. Now, Union Station is a very busy area, but vagrants? Man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't no vagrants. Stop it. I think what he does mean is vagrants is code word for homeless people. They don't want to see homeless people. Because when people come to DC, they want to create a fantasy for them, right? That there's no, like it's a representation of America. There's no homelessness. There's no struggle. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. There are tons of homeless people in DC, and most of them are veterans. Proving again that Trump don't like veterans. Because he don't want you to see it nowhere. He wants to pretend that everything's good. Hey, Soyana. Hey, dude. Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind. Hey, Pam. But it's not going to happen. Yep, we're paycheck two away from. I say most Americans are one major medical event from living on the street. But I don't think most Americans understand how dire and how crazy that is. That you're the one major medical event from being fucking homeless and losing everything you own in America. And that's the same country that tells you it's the greatest nation in the land. Greatest nation in the world. They fucking lying. No American citizen should be thinking, oh my God, I gotta sell my house if I get sick. All my precious belongings. Because the government don't want you to have nothing before it's gonna help you do anything. Kirby, that's even more of a question for me. Because again, even if there were vagrants around Union Station, that's what DC police are for, not the military. But y'all should not forget, it was Republicans who turned the military on its own citizens. Remember, they always told you it was going to be liberals who did that. They told you it was going to be liberals who take your pew-pews. Mark my words, y'all. Trump going to take those next. Can't have MAGA waking up and realizing that they're not in control anymore. Matter of fact, you don't mind if they wake up and figure out they're not in control. You just want to make sure they don't have access to pew-pews when they do it. No, I didn't see Stephen Miller refer to criminals in D.C. as the 1%. He's right, because they're mostly at the White House and up on the Hill. Yeah, Stephen Miller is right about that. The 1% criminal population is in the White House and up at the Capitol on the Hill with Congress. That's where the criminals are. That's where the criminals are. Okay? That's where they are. Good afternoon to you all. And to MAGA, if you come in loud, you get booted like the first guy I just booted. Bye, beloved. Didn't even let him know it was going to happen. We don't do that here. Go talk amongst that stuff in MAGA circles. If you don't like liberals, why are you here? But let's get them all worked up again. Let's watch, before we switch to something else, let's watch Gavin. Let's watch Gavin before he issues, right, that liberty and that justice for all. Hold on, let me find it. Look, I gotta find the picture again. Look, I got so many images in here. Before he issues the liberty and justice for all, because from what I can see, it looks like bruh about to issue a whole lot of liberty and a whole lot of freedom. Look at her. She's so happy. They love to live in constant aggression, Suyana, because if they can live in this constant victimization mindset, they don't have to look at their life and the choices they made and the choices that they didn't make for that life. You get me? They don't have to think about that. They can just continue to blame other people for the status of their life, because that's what these people do. They sit around all day long and blame everybody else for the state of their lives but themselves. Again, I told y'all, the people who said illegals come here and take our jobs. My first question is this: where the fuck do you work that a person can come here that's not a government, that's not an American, that doesn't speak the language? Where is it that what kind of job do you do that those people can come in and just take your fucking job? Then the real conversation you need to have with yourself is very simple. The real conversation you need to be having is, what the fuck did I do to my life? But they don't want to have that conversation, right? Because that conversation requires them to look at themselves. They don't want to look at themselves. They want to pretend that they made all the right decisions. Or better yet, see, I'm going to tell you what it really is. They want to pretend that mediocrity is going to keep them paid. No. Those were your ancestors, beloved. See, what a lot of, and this is what I try to make clear to everybody, but especially white America, you got to understand, the privilege that your ancestors were afforded and enjoyed, you don't get to enjoy. Because rich people want that shit. So you got to be a worker bee for rich people too. The only thing is, rich people want you to feel like you're better than everybody else. But to rich people, you're not. Just as an FYI. Hey, Shamonia, good morning. I mean, good afternoon. Look, you're not any better. You're just another vehicle, another tool for the rich and powerful to gain more power and more riches. When you wake up to that shit, you'll understand it. Now, you know how they talk so much, America's so great, America's so great. I saw something earlier, and that shit had me like, America, we are so behind. It ain't even funny how far behind the rest of the world we are. Hold on, let me find the thing, and I'll tell you about what I saw earlier. Okay, so earlier, I was looking at this video of this Chinese child, right? And he's in math class. And this child is able to add 10 5-digit numbers together and come up with the answer in 8 seconds. All in his mind. Not on paper. They're literally just scrolling 10 5-digit numbers on the screen. He can't stop the screen at all. He just has to watch it. This little boy is probably 7 or 8 years old, if that. And so he's watching it. And he's doing all the calculations in his head. Then he writes down the answer on a piece of paper and writes the answer on the screen. He does no math on paper. None. But Americans here, what are we doing? We're teaching them how to read the Bible. The Bible? They need to know how to fucking count. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You need to know how to... I don't get it. I don't get it. What they say? And another one. Oh, Ant-Man. Oh, you mad I put you out and you came back on your other account. Just say you're unemployed without saying you're unemployed, beloved. Bye. Oh, they so mad. They so mad. You know, I find the only men that get upset when we talk about Donald Trump are insecure men. Those are the men, that man makes me feel like a man. Nothing makes me feel like a man more than loving another man. My God. But yet y'all, now I know why y'all mad at gay people. Because at least they're being honest and open about who they are and their lifestyle. Y'all not even brave enough to be honest about who the fuck you are. You just sit around and whine all the time. Stop whining. Own who you are. I'm trying to listen. Gator, you're mad because nobody can see your comment, beloved. Oh, I put you out and you came back. Say you're unemployed without saying you're unemployed. Bye. I don't allow that in here. Trump said no DEI. And since Trump said no DEI, I don't have to listen to comments I don't want to listen to. Y'all didn't know? It's a new day in America. Thank you, Cedric. I'd love to have some fun while issuing out the blockerizations. I done told them, not me, not ever, not never. Go tell somebody else who cares. You never gonna get me to cry about it. You never gonna get me to be heard about it. None of that shit. None of it. Dan, I done put you out 3 times, beloved. I'm gonna put you out again. You should be on Indeed, beloved. Not on TikTok. Every time I boot you, you come back with another account. You should be on Indeed. Okay? That's where you need to be, on Indeed. Not here trying to talk to me. What they say, I don't want no new friends. Yeah, I'm team no new friends. April, don't nobody care about what you need. I put you out too. You only got 254 followers. If 300 people don't want to hear you, why should I? Hey! Oh, they hate it, y'all. I love every minute of the shit because I know they don't like it. Didn't conservatives say fuck your feelings? So conservatives should celebrate me. I keep telling everybody that comes through these lives, I am more conservative than any conservative you've ever met. And I'm a liberal. That's why I told y'all conservatives are socialists. They love to beg for your government money. They stay begging for government money. They just want to pretend that they don't. Chill. Not marriage is DEI for men. Listen. Listen. Okay? Listen, Linda. The funny thing is, I was talking to somebody earlier and I said, some guy was saying, I don't understand why women wouldn't want to be married. And I was like, bruh, that's like asking why women don't want to be happy. They do. That's why they're not married. We had another unemployed one come through. Bye. You think I ain't see you? I saw you, boo. I just didn't say nothing. I just didn't say nothing. And there's another one that got a real doll at home. Gonna block him too. Go to your fake girlfriend. We shouldn't be keeping you from your rubber girlfriend. Bye. Hey, Maxa. No, I can't stop hurting their feelings, Chewy. I go in. What they say, Michelle Obama says they go low, we go high. I say they go low, I go to hell. Don't come over here trolling me because you're going to leave crying. That's what's going to happen. Exactly. Smashley, I always know I'm doing my job when MAGA's upset about it. When MAGA's upset, I am doing the Lord's work. You know, that's how I see it. I am here doing God's work. And don't conservatives always talk about everybody doing God's work? Exactly. No, I didn't see the guy with the blow up dressed up like Trump, but I'm not surprised. I'm sure he has a female one at home too. Man, they beg. Hey, Farmer Don, they're begging for money in North Carolina, Nebraska, Kansas, Arkansas. They're begging for money all over. Here we go. Bryce is another one. You should be on Indeed, beloved. Not here. Time to get to work. Bye. They come in so fast. They be so hurt. Aw. Why is she talking about Donald Trump like that? I dream about this man every day of my life. I wake up. See, I'm being a MAGA man right now. I'm a MAGA man, and every night I dream about Donald Trump. And he's a man. I love this man. And even, please don't tell my wife I dream about men, please. But anyway, I dream about this man every night. And I hope one day I can wake up with his shoulders. I don't want his legs and his ankles though, because he got fluid on his feet. But I'll take his shoulders and his wide back, because anything's better than what I got right now. Y'all gonna get tired. See, what you're gonna realize is I never get tired. I read books. I have plenty of material. Catch that. Now I want to tell y'all about something. Again, everybody talk about how great America is, right? So like I was telling y'all, I see this little Chinese boy, right? He adds 5-digit, like their numbers, right? And each of the numbers, hold on for a second, let me go down to the thing. Let me find it. Here it is. So it's 10 5-digit numbers. He's not allowed to use any paper to do the math, right? So he's just looking at it on the screen as it's scrolling, right? He figures it out in 8 seconds, right? There's another gentleman. This is just a little boy. He's probably about 7 or 8 years old. 7 or 8 years old, right? Then I read about how this guy in Japan, he was participating in the All Japan Soroban Championship. This guy was able to add 15 3-digit numbers in 1.7 seconds with no paper. American kids are trying to figure out how to use a comma. China over there, like, they not like us. They not like us. You see why the Chinese ain't worried about us? Our children can't even add, and they can't even do mental math. They can't even do mental math. I remember back in the day playing Monopoly with my uncles and my other family members, and we couldn't count with our fingers or on paper to play Monopoly. If you wanted to play Monopoly, you had to know how to do mental math. Otherwise, you could not play. Because my uncle said, we don't use calculators at this table, and we don't count with our fingers. We don't do that. You said they wouldn't give your kid full credit on math because he could do it in his head. In America, you know why they don't? Because in America, they don't believe that children can. See, Sarah, that's the other side of it. They don't believe that children can, because most children cannot do mental math. Most children can't even do it on paper by hand. Most children need calculators. In America, because America doesn't teach children how to think. It teaches children how to obey. Children are not taught critical thinking in America. You are taught to obey in America. Well, children are taught to obey. Quiet as kept, I think my brother's 2 years, my other brother is 2 years younger than me. I would say, yeah, those born in like up to 1980, after 1980, you're born to follow orders. I mean, you were in school taught to follow orders. You were in school taught to follow orders. Trail, people should play Monopoly, because if they play Monopoly, they would understand why poor people stay poor and rich people stay rich. Say it again, only one, Mari. Going to school taught you about not learning. It's about passing, because that's what it became. But when I was in school, them teachers would literally fail your ass. They would fail you. The school system would not push you forward. My brother did second grade twice because they held his ass back. Back then it was different. Oh, they would hold your ass back. Wasn't no pass them forward. No. Not in my day. Not in my day. Not in my day. There was no moving people forward and just allowing them to move forward when they don't know how to do stuff. It was none of that. Oh, you got held back because of math? Ah, I can see that. Yeah, because you had to pass your math classes if you wanted to go on. No, kids now are not smarter. They're smarter in certain ways. You know, that's what I would say. They're smart. Kids now are smarter in certain ways. I would say when it comes to technology, they may be smarter in using it. But I would say because they don't have the book smarts that we have, a lot of us from the older generation, they can't really leverage technology in a way that they really could. Some of the kids can, but by and large, most of them are doing enough to get by. Because America has not taught critical thinking skills. It doesn't want children to think. It wants children to obey. It wants children to obey. Children who think get in trouble in school. Why? Because you're going to question shit. And when your teachers don't have the answers for your questions, you are deemed a troublemaker. You are deemed a troublemaker. You talk too much. This, that, I'm just telling you how it's going to go. I'm telling you how it's going to go. When you are that kid that's in the class, but why? Because research has shown this, or I have a book and I read this, or I did. They don't like that shit. That's a problem. They want you to obey. And it's designed so when you get out of school, when you get out of school, you still are going to obey and never question things. When you're in your job and your boss don't want to pay you right, you'll sit there in that low-wage job and accept it because you don't even know how to fight back. Think about it. They didn't equip you with any skills to fight back. So you don't even know how to do it. All you know how to do is obey. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to see. The entire system is set up for that. Now, when I tell you, like I said about this guy in Japan in the Japanese math competition, this man was able to add 15 three-digit numbers in 1.7 seconds in his mind. Let that shit sink into you. Let it sink in. 15 three-digit numbers that scroll on the screen real fast. They don't get it's not like the numbers just sit there stationary. No, they run the numbers up and then they disappear from the screen. He did the math in 1.7 seconds in his mind. American kids like PEMDAS. And so I got to digging because I wanted to know more. Like, how the hell are they doing this? Because I noticed when the little boy was looking at the screen, he was doing certain movements with his body, the 8-year-old. So I said, so he's computing, he's doing something, he's doing something. Hold on. I just got to delete something. Ain't no scandal about no CDL gonna hurt. Shut up. If Epstein don't hurt Trump, nothing can hurt Gavin. Gavin is going to be the Neo of politics, and Trumpers hate that shit. Bama just going to be like this. For all the things they throw at him, he going to be like, get out of here. Clown shit. That's why I put his ass out of here. I told you, this live is not a democracy. It's a republic of me. Yeah, you have to train your eyes looking up, but I found out how the Chinese are doing it. They're using a technique, and they teach it to school children, right? There is a technique called, they do something using a mental abacus, right? A mental abacus. I'll address the DC thing in a second. Yeah, they've been arresting people for filming in DC for a couple days now, but they ain't arresting everybody, y'all, just so y'all know. Don't fall for that Trump bullshit. Just so you know, most of us, the local people in DC, they looking at that shit. They like, man, get this clown shit out of here, man. They not paying no attention to that. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Somebody in the city last week threw a sandwich at one of them. Okay, trust me on this. The people in the city, they give no fucks. Okay? That's why I don't live in the city. Because if you live in the city, you operate from a mindset of I give no fucks. I do what I want when I want. You understand? You're in a small, concentrated area with a whole bunch of people. People in the city are not fucking worried. Quiet as kept. People in the city are operating on the I wish creed. They waiting for that shit to hit another level. Because then the hood gonna go all the way in. And when I say the hood, I mean the whole city. The city is working together. All neighborhoods. And the city ain't never did that. I can tell you that for show, not for play. It's DC against the feds this time. Russ, MAGA is, listen, Gavin is forcing MAGA to look at shit and they don't want to. And I know some of them need to clean those mirrors. But y'all need to clean those mirrors and look straight ahead at them and get some shit straight. Hey, Veronica. Hello, good afternoon. I want to say good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. I'm Bishop, and I thank you for coming through. Listen, I only ask you for a couple of things. If you could tap that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out to promote my live. And if you could also tap that copy link button. Copy link counts as a share. You don't even have to send it to anybody. But I would appreciate that, and that would help me out a bunch. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Smashly. And hey, Stacy. Hey, I saw somebody else. Hey, Cassie. Good afternoon to everybody. I also want to say, don't forget tonight, the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops tonight. Okay? And there's a reason why you need to listen to. Oh, thank you all so much. I appreciate that. There's a reason why I'm telling you need to listen to tonight's podcast. Tonight's podcast is important for you to listen to because, again, it shines more of a light on this this love affair between politics and the church. It's called The Church of Politics, How Faith and Power Got Married. That new podcast episode is going to drop tonight at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to be able to listen to it, tap the link in my bio and you can listen to the podcast. It's a free podcast. I don't charge people to listen to a podcast. Okay? If you love these conversations that I have in the live, I can't say everything I'd like to say on TikTok because they don't let me. But if you want to be a part of those unfiltered conversations, click the link in my bio and come on over and join us on Patreon. We have a lot of fun over there. Lots of fun. So I just wanted to, to make that clear. Check out the new podcast episode tonight because I think y'all gonna like it. When I explain to you, right, how a rally, a political rally ain't much different than a church revival. How your adoration for your pastor ain't much different than your adoration for your local politician. Thank you so much, Rosie. I appreciate that. Yeah, nobody cares what fucking Hot Wheel Abbott says. You know what I mean? He can say whatever he wants to say. Until Abbott wants to get rid of DEI in Texas, like no more than fucking ramps at the Texas State House. Boo. Now walk it out. Yup. Because quiet is kept. A wheelchair is diversity, equity, and inclusion for him, isn't it? Isn't a wheelchair DEI? Exactly. A wheelchair is fucking DEI. Yet it's okay for him to have a fucking wheelchair. It's okay for them to pretend and how they market him out that he doesn't have a disability, but he does. He does. How come nobody called for Abbott to go visit the flood zone when it happened in Texas? We know why. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. His punk ass would have got stuck. But he want to pretend that he isn't, that society isn't making exceptions for him, as they should. But since he wants to act like that's not true, people need to stop treating Governor Abbott like he's in a wheelchair. When you take a picture with him, don't bend down. Stand straight the fuck up. Stand straight up and force them to take a full picture that includes his fucking wheelchair. How the fuck I look bending down? That's DEI. That's so we can hide your chair in the picture. No. I'm standing tall with mine, with my arms crossed. Might even lean on the back of the chair, but I be damned if I'ma lean down. Nope. Nope. That's why I'm like, see, conservatives talk a lot of shit. But see, a wheelchair is DEI for Governor Abbott because his legs don't work. All those elderly with their mobile scooters, DEI for their ass because they having problems being mobile. All that shit is DEI too. That's why I've been praying to Republican Jesus, if you're listening, I want you to make sure all batteries for conservatives who own mobile scooters, that they go out of stock and those batteries cannot be replaced. That's what I be praying for. Y'all saw me look up at Republican Jesus and he looked down, he like, I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What they say, and another one. I put another one out. Most of the time, I don't even say nothing when I put them out because I want them to see the screen. They gonna come back on their other account. I'm gonna say it and keep saying it. Instead of coming here with me on all your troll accounts, you should be on LinkedIn. Monster.com. Look, is Hot Job still around? Y'all gonna learn to leave me alone. These fingers are quick. I work this finger out a lot. Stop playing with me. Leave me alone. Find something to do with yourself. But like I was saying about them little Chinese kids doing math that fast. And you know how they do it? They do this thing called a mental abacus. Right? Where they can see the abacus in their minds, which allows them to do all the math very, very fast. And countries such as China, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, all of them are teaching their children how to do math with a mental abacus. I remember the physical abacus too. But do you know the flex involved with doing that shit as a mental abacus? Bra fucking vogue. I can't hate on that. But that's why some Americans do. Because imagine you thinking little Johnny's so smart. Imagine you think little Johnny's so smart. And then he ends up going to school with another child. Say for shits and giggles, this child is a Chinese American child. That at some point that his family migrated here, but he's getting a lot of his education still at home in addition to school because his parents want to make sure he has a well-rounded education because they know American education system is shit. They know this, right? So he's very good at math and education, all things education. He's very good. And because he's so good, it makes little Johnny feel insecure. So then mama come running up to the school, mama and daddy. What are y'all doing? Why is my baby not on the honor roll? Why did my baby not get the award? Because your baby not as smart as their baby. And see, in your mind, you've tricked yourself into believing the only reason why your kid is not as smart as that immigrant child is because somebody gave something extra to the immigrant. No, that's not what happened. What happened is the immigrant just worked harder than your child. The immigrant's parent worked harder than your parent did with you. That's all. That's all. That's all that happened. Ethan, go ask somebody who cares, beloved. Why are you asking me? Bye, Ethan. Don't forget to write. I won't open the letter. I promise. He asking me if I like any of Trump's policies. We're not here for that. Go talk to somebody who cares. Ask them. I don't care. I told you I don't care. Sarah says, my Korean friends have school every weekend. Yep. Because education to an immigrant, they understand the importance of education. Because education levels the playing field. Education is the thing that levels the playing field between the rich and the poor. The haves and the have-nots is education. All day, every day, twice on Sundays. If you want to get out of poverty, get educated. You want to get out of a bad situation, get educated. Y'all understand where I'm coming from? And rich people know that. That's why rich people now are dismantling the Department of Education so that your child can work for their rich kids. Rich people, they want them a captive workforce. They want a workforce that you don't have no other options. If you don't, remember in the past, if you didn't like your job, you went and got more education so you can get a better job, right? You won't do that shit no more because the rich gonna make sure of it. They making it so now that regular working class or poor people can't even become doctors because with that bullshit budget bill that passed, they capped out how much money you can borrow for school. They capped out how much money. So it's no way that you can borrow enough money for school to become a doctor. They know that. They know that. So you know what you need to do? What you need to do is go to college overseas and get a free ride and get a real quality education. That's what you need to do. And Kirby saying, my first generation immigrant friends in school did not play about school. Not only that, I have immigrant friends, they didn't play about school with their own fucking kids. You understand? You understand? They didn't play it. No, it was not. Understand, immigrants see their children failing. It's failure if their kids are just as smart as you or our kids. That's failure to them. That's failure to them because they know how bad the education system is. And quiet as kept, I grew up the same way. If all you knew was what you was taught in school, that was a failure. Even then, I was taught that. Even then, my family was already saying they don't teach you the whole truth in school and they don't share everything in school. They give you just enough. They were saying that then, and we got more education than y'all get now. Exactly, so they did it themselves. I learned so much about Black history not because of school, because of my family, people around me. And me, I love to learn, so I'm always learning. Sometimes learning about shit that I don't even need to learn about, but I'm intrigued because I like to learn. That's how I was raised. That's how I was raised. To keep learning. I was taught if I wasn't learning, I wasn't growing. And if you ain't growing, then what are you here for? That's what I was taught. But somewhere along the way, Americans have been taught do just enough to get by, and you'll be rewarded gratefully. No, you're not. Not no more. Now, if you do just enough to get by, your ass may not even be able to get by. And they make it so you need dual income and devalued housewife. That's true. Yep, you're right, Smashley. Y'all are called big thinkers. You say you learned a lot of Black history at your HBCU. Yeah, because they gonna make you learn it. Because for a lot of people, they don't know it because either their school system didn't teach it or their family didn't teach it. A lot of people just don't. You only know what you know. You can't know what you don't know. You said you read People's History of the United States in 6th grade, and that was a game changer for me. Y'all see what Kirby said? That's a good book. Y'all need to get that book if y'all don't have it. My dad said if you want to keep something from people, put it in a fucking book. Because most people are not going to read it. Most people just not going to read it. Most people don't like to read books. They don't. They'd rather watch the video than to read the book. And see me, I'd rather read the book than watch the video. Because I know the video won't have all of the components of the book. Because they're going to take the shortcut way for the video for the people who couldn't even sit through the fucking book. Yeah, Veronica. Because see, you know why a lot of us read a lot? I don't know your age group, Veronica. But for like people in my age group, because we didn't have no cable. Cable did not always exist, y'all. Contrary to popular belief. 24-hour TV didn't always exist. There was a time where TV went off at a certain time. When you heard that Star Spangled Banner, you knew television broadcast was about to turn off for the night. Now, you can have the TV on if you want to, but you ain't going to see nothing but snow on that TV. Till it turns on early in the morning. I think the first broadcast was like 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't even think the first broadcast was at 4. I think the first broadcast was like at 5 o'clock. Yeah, but it was like TV signed off. Basically, they were saying, take your bitch ass to sleep. But TV did not stay on 24-hour cycle. News was not a 24-hour cycle. Not that there weren't things happening, but they were like, nah, there's a certain time that the machine is off. Now they're constantly feeding you. You too, see, Mandy? I was too. This is how come I can hang with old people. I love hanging with old people because growing up, I was around old people. So I could always hang with them, and I can still hang with them. And quiet as kept, I done told y'all, old people are getting busy a lot more than you think. Old people are a good ass time. Say it again, Jen. Only had 6 channels for the TV. And quiet as kept, if you ain't get that damn antenna working right, you ain't even have 6 channels. Let's just call it a buck. For a lot of us, our antenna had aluminum foil on the tips to help it get better reception. Stop playing with us. It was a different time from what y'all have now. So because we didn't always have TV, you had to find other ways to entertain yourself. Books were a way to do that. Books allowed us to escape. Books allowed you to travel the world. That's how we were taught. We were taught because back in the day, traveling the world was not something that everybody could do. You know what I mean? It was really exclusive back then to travel the world. So you were taught, if you want to travel the world, read a book. Isn't that what you were taught? That's what I was taught. Read a book to travel the world. I remember growing up, people saying, I've been to X amount of countries. And then, you would ask, you're inquisitive. So you ask, how? How did you do all that traveling? They say, I read books. Read books. You can go to anywhere in the world you want to go. All you got to do is read books. And it was like, damn, I ain't never think about it like, but that's true. That's true. Yep, Nessa Besser. Read encyclopedia. See, y'all got Google. We had encyclopedias. This photo is awesome, Charlie. it shows Newsom about to issue that liberty and freedom. Melania says, I want to be free. Melania says, please come set me free, please. Bye, dude. Have a great afternoon, beautiful. I hope everything goes well. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Melania's like, listen. She's like, I have been waiting to get my back blown out for years. And that's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. Because y'all know Trump ain't got it in him. That's what she been saying for years. Honey. I see how she be looking at Justin Trudeau. She ain't slick. I be seeing her. And look, Trump sees it too. He sees it. He knows. What Drake say? Maybe she will. Yes, Stormy Daniels did say that. And y'all know he got them tiny hands. Every time she sees Justin Trudeau, she lights up like a Christmas tree. I'm sure she turns on her headlights too. Catch it. Chill. I just love looking at that picture. Look at Gavin. Gavin looking down at her. He like, hey there, woman. You want me to issue some of this democracy and freedom and socialism? I got plenty. And Melania's like, actually, yes. I would like a lot of democracy, a taste of socialism. Give it all. Don't hold anything back. Listen. I love every minute of it. Every minute of this. Because every minute of this causes MAGA to... Listen, never expect these people to come to you and tell you that they're thinking about it. Trust me, they're thinking. Do you know what's interesting, Deadpool, sis? I see you there. That's what it made me think about. So, Gavin Newsom, that's what it reminds me of. He's giving me Deadpool energy. And if you use Deadpool energy with MAGA, ultimate crash out. That's how you troll people. You're going to have to troll people like Deadpool. You know how Deadpool's really good about trolling folks? It's like that sarcasm, but then you got some seriousness in there. Then you got some introspection, but it's not real introspection. That type of shit. That is the stuff that's going to get to MAGA. That's why I keep saying Gavin's onto something here. Big time. He's onto something. And conservatives know he's onto something. That's why they shook. That's why they wanted to stop. Why is Gavin doing that? Well, Trump does it. Y'all don't say nothing. So you shouldn't be saying nothing about Gavin doing what he's doing. Oh my God. No, I just saw something. I'm like, I don't know what that was. But yeah, that's why I say that. Listen, at some point, America, wake up. You can see him curbing her because she know. Look, you see, look, he's like, look, first it starts off with, excuse me, I'm asking if I can get some freedom or democracy. That's what she says, right? And he says, you know, I would love to give you freedom and democracy, but I'm not really into anybody's sloppy seconds. I really don't want no orange on my eggplant. That's all. He just don't want the dye to rub off on him. If I was Gavin, I could understand that. I could understand that. Oh shit. Okay. Y'all remember we were talking about groceries earlier? Y'all remember we were talking about groceries earlier? I just saw something that's insane. Hold on, I want to go back to that prayer circle as well. Look at them praying over our future president. Look at him praying over him. Look at him. He looks so presidential sitting there in the middle. Look. Now, if y'all look closely at the picture, notice all of these people in there, but he didn't put Trump in there. Gavin, this is just beautiful. I love every minute of this. Now, I just saw a sign on something. 16 ounces of steak, $35.95. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't buy that steak, y'all. Stay away from steak at those prices. I'm going to give you another one. Showing in the store. McCormick granulated garlic. They're 3.12 ounce size. $18.99. $20 for seasoning. $20. That is insane. That's insane. No, it's not Wagyu steak. It's not Wagyu steak. With the steak one. But with the granulated garlic, it's like they're charging you $2 an ounce for seasoning. Garlic seasoning. That's crazy. That's crazy. To those of you, if you play video games, just so you know that Sony has had to raise the PlayStation 5 prices in US because of the tariffs. So it said today that PlayStation 5 consoles will cost more in the US starting this week. So if you didn't already have a PlayStation 5, you might want to hold up on buying that. Now, while Sony didn't blame President Donald Trump's tariffs for the coming increase, we know it's that. Consumer companies have been warning for months that the levies will lead to higher prices. So now the PlayStation 5 console will cost at least $50 more. At least. And you know it's going to cost more than that as they keep going. Now they talked about the entry-level price for PlayStation 5 will increase from $450 to $500. PlayStation 5 with a disc drive is going to $550 from $500. Then their high-end PlayStation 5 Pro is going from $700 to $750. That's crazy. And this is a 5-year-old gaming system. That's crazy. So if you play games, understand you're going to pay more to play video games too. Okay? This is Trump's policies at work. Trump taxes, which are tariffs. Trump taxes. This is... you know what? But Trump did say it's going to be painful. He told y'all. Did he not say it's going to be painful? It's going to be very painful. And you're only at just the beginning of it. Now, I know one of you said this morning that Home Depot is going to raise their prices. Yes, they are. And remember, the guy who owns Home Depot is a Trumper. What did I tell y'all? All these fake-ass patriots. How come the guy who owns Home Depot, who is such a fucking patriot, how come he not absorbing the cost of tariffs himself? If he's such a patriot, wouldn't he eat the cost? Of course he ain't gonna eat that shit. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fire workers and they're gonna cut their staff, right? And they're gonna raise prices. Oh no, they're not gonna take one for the team, Lori. The rich never take one for the team. We, the working class, we always take one for the team. Think about it. You took one for the team for the mortgage bailout. You took one for the team for the automotive bailout. You took one for the team for the insurance bailout. You took one for the team for those PPP loans that got forgiven. They got free taxpayer money. These people are making record profits. It was no reason why they couldn't have paid us back. Yep, bank bailouts. We always take one for the team. How come the rich people don't never take one for us? Rich people never take one for us. You're right, Cassie. None of them needed a bailout because some of those businesses could have just went out of business. But you know what the government tells us? Too big to fail. Y'all heard them when they said it, but you didn't think much of it. They ain't too big to fail. They just don't want them to. That's the lie they always tell you. Oh, we can't let the banks fail. Oh, we can't let the insurance companies fail. Oh, we can't let the automotive industry fail. But they can let you fail. They can let you fail and lose everything that you have. They'll take that shit. They don't mind. It's nothing. It's nothing to take from you. But rich people, oh no, we can't go taking from the rich. They might not donate to my campaign if they lose money. You see? That's how the big, rich, and powerful people think. This ain't okay, y'all. They say for some imported goods, tariff rates are significantly higher today than they were at this time last quarter. So they're going to raise prices because of tariffs. All because of tariffs. And I just have to keep asking the question, how is that okay? Again, there was a time at some point when conservatives claimed they cared. Now I'm going to read something to me. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. They say people are just spoiled now. Median rent is $2,200 a month. That's on average, right? Groceries on average, $900 a month. That's on average. You know it's more than that now. Car payment on average, $400 a month. Health insurance on average, $250 a month. That's $3,750 before you even touch a latte. Spoiled how? One bedroom in Charleston, Antoinette, how much did that thing run you? See, a one bedroom in my time was $425 a month, all utilities included. I think we paid $425, $450 a month, somewhere around there. How much is a one bedroom right now running you, pumpkin? Because I know it's 4 digits at least. Ain't nobody trying to rent no one bedroom for a couple $100. Not no more. They used to. Not now. You can't even get a room for a couple $100 no more. Back in my day, you could rent, damn, $1,400. Used to be $2,000. Oh, Jesus. That's just too much fucking money. $1,750. Oh my God. Yep, Cassie, you kind of like me, $525. That, yep, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I remember when we had a 2 bedroom. It wasn't 2 bath, but it was like 2 bedroom, 1 bath. I think at that time we were paying $725 plus utilities back in the day. But our very first place, I think it was $425, $450, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, all utilities included. Roanoke, Virginia in the slums, $900 for a 1 bedroom, $1,200 for 2. Wow, Corbin. That's a lot of money for fucking Roanoke, man. That's a lot of money. $1,600 in Illinois. That's why I asked the question, y'all. They always talk about it's not enough money to do certain things. There is. Listen, if there's money to give tax cuts to rich people, right? Follow my logic here. There was money. Imagine if your government every month gave you a universal basic income. Imagine if you just got an extra $800 a month from the government, tax-free, to use however you want it, groceries, for housing, for medical expenses, whatever. That $800, I know to rich people, $800 don't sound like a lot of money. But to most of us in America, an extra $800 a month that I don't have to pay back, that I don't have to pay taxes on, makes a difference. I could do something with that $800 every month. For sure. Not for play. But your congressmen and your senators, instead of them having their asses up there trying to fight for universal basic income, they claim that'll make us lazy. No, it won't. Not at all. Not at all. That's that bullshit lie that they tell to keep you working and getting nowhere. And you don't understand why you don't get nowhere. Imagine you trying to run uphill in mud. Just think of it like that. You're trying to run uphill in mud. And no matter how hard and fast you run, rich people are at the top of that hill with a big ass fireman's water hose. Every so often they turn it off. And when they turn it off, you make some progress, right? And you're moving up that hill and you're making progress. And just when rich people see that you've crossed the threshold a little over halfway, they turn that motherfucking water hose back on and push your punk ass right back down the hill, and you got to start all over again. That's what rich people do to you. That's what they do to you. I try to say it in ways so people can see it in their minds. But that's what rich people do to you. And guess what? You pay for the water hose for them to do it. The water hose is government issue. You're paying for the water hose. You're giving it to the rich and allowing them to keep you oppressed. Say it again, Lori, and the damn water. Thank you so much, Pumpkin. I'm like, this ain't right. If I'm so brainwashed, why are you here, beloved? I'm brainwashed and you got 107 followers, by beloved. Another one bites the dust. But that's one of the things that Democrats need to push for, universal basic income. At least $800 a month. And I don't give a damn how much you make a year. That ain't my business. Everybody gets $800 a month. Period. Do with it whatever you want. You ain't got to file it on your fucking taxes. You don't pay no taxes on it. That would change folks' life. But you know why they don't want to do that? You know why they don't want to do it? Because it's going to allow you to get ahead. You're going to get ahead. They don't want you to get ahead. They don't want you to get ahead. They want you to suffer. Suffering is so much fun for rich people to watch you suffer and cry. But I need you to remember, you made those, excuse my French, but I got to say it. You made those motherfuckers rich. It's you. You are a job creator. You make rich people. You a kingmaker. You are, not rich people. You're a job creator. You are, not rich people. Because see, your demand creates the jobs. Rich people don't believe in hiring people just to hire them. You know how you know that's true? Go to any Dollar General, Dollar Store, or Family Dollar. Look at how skeletal that crew is. Rich people own them stores. And they keep it operated with the bare minimum of staff because they want to turn a fucking profit. And they work those people hard. You hear me? Hard. It's not that they can't give them more money. They don't value them enough. They want more profit. Stop giving your power over to rich people, y'all. We have the power here. Stop voting for these fucking people. Period. And if they won and they represent your district, even if you didn't vote for them, you need to make sure they hear your voice. They work for you. You pay their damn money. You pay these people almost $200,000 a year to tell you you don't work hard enough. To take money out of your family's pocket, to take food out of your refrigerator from feeding your damn kids. Y'all better wake up. Because see, this is what y'all got to understand. See, I was raised in the hood. And this is a fact that I always remember and understand. And my grandmother also reminded me of this. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. It's really that simple. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you allow them to treat you Like you have no value. You just a worker bee. They own everything. You can't own nothing. Guess what they gonna do? They gonna treat you that way. Y'all don't even realize most of your life you don't even own anyway. You either rent the place that you stay in, or you still paying on a mortgage, and at any time the bank can snatch it if they want to. You still paying on the car. You miss enough payments, they're gonna snatch that if they want to. You don't even own your own fucking music. You rent that too. You rent your music, you rent your movies. You lucky you can still own books. But hell, y'all done got so y'all don't mind that those are digital too. Y'all like, fuck it. Who needs to own a book? And I'm sitting here going, man, yep, and if you own the taxes, you paying tax. If you own a house, you paying taxes on it on top of that, and they'll still take your shit. Wake up. Wake up, y'all. You don't own nothing. Only thing you own, the only thing you really own that rich people don't really want, they'll watch it, but they don't want it, is your suffering. They don't want your suffering. They'll watch it and be entertained by it, though. But they don't want it. They be like, nah, that's that poor people shit. I don't want that shit. Y'all can keep that shit. But they'll watch it. Hell, they'll even put you on TV. They'll even put you on a game show with other working class poor people while y'all all fight for money prizes. You're all going at each other for money prize. That's why Squid Games was so popular. Squid Games was so popular because y'all didn't pay attention to the fact it's a metaphor for your life here in America. You live a Squid Game every fucking day. You live Squid Game every day. You just don't pay attention. You live Squid Games every day, Hunger Games every day, The 8 Show every day. All of that shit, you're living every day. Every day. Battle Royale every day in America. If you got sick tomorrow, like really bad off sick, how long would it take before you and your family became homeless? Wouldn't be long. I know it wouldn't be long because there ain't no social safety net in America. They would kick you out on the street in no time flat, and then America would vilify you and blame you for the fact that you're on the street, not the system. And I hate to break it to you, baby, the harder you work, nothing will change. You'll just be more tired. That's all. Because working hard ain't your problem. You already work hard. Exactly. It's the system, Cap. You already work hard. This is not about you working harder. Okay? Those people that are telling you that are fucking lying to you. Oh, yeah, and it'll break your credit score. But see, credit score is another way to keep your ass in check, too. Don't nobody check rich people credit scores. Fuck out of here. Ain't nobody checking no credit score over there. That shit is designed to keep you in check. The credit score keeps you in check. That's all it's for. Yep, Missy. It's to y'all benefit to do no more unnecessary consumption. None. Stop doing the shit. Because all rich people gonna keep doing is just keep taking from you. That's it. As long as you giving, they gonna take it. Like I got some videos coming up that I'm gonna put up of things that I have purchased as of late to help me save money. For example, I bought those damn Swedish rags so I wouldn't have to buy a paper towel no more. Because one of them equals 17 paper towels. Oh, I'll do that. Thank you. Paper towel costs too fucking much. Paper plates, plastic cups, plastic utensils. All that shit costs too much. So we washing dishes. You understand? And I'm not going to be buying shit just to throw it in the trash. I ain't got it like that. Paper towel used to be cheap. It was a convenience. But if it's so expensive, it's not convenient for me no more. It's breaking me at that point, man. See, when your conveniences start to break your wallet, they're not a convenience. They're a liability, and you got to let them go. Find more ways in your life, y'all, to save money and to pivot. I done told you, go to thrift stores. Thrift stores are a saving grace. Go to cleaners. You can buy clothes from the cleaners. If people want, you have a 30-day stint to pick up your clothes from the cleaners. Look at your receipt the next time you go. They give you 30 days. If you don't come back in the 30 days, they sell that shit. You want to buy you some nice clothes? Go to the cleaners. People put their good shit in the cleaners. People put their good shit in the cleaners. Wow, we're 4% of the population, 30% consumption of the world. That's true because Americans are addicted to consumption. It's just what America does. If Americans aren't consuming, they feel like they're losing. New car every year. What you need a new car every year for? Because I've seen people do that. Buy a new car every year. Constantly buying new home, upgrading the house. See, when I was growing up, you bought a house, and whatever house that those people bought, that was it. That was it. Now, people will live and have owned 6 or 10 houses in their lifetime. It's like, damn. The house I live in is the only house we've ever bought. We ain't got it like that to sell this house and buy. Like, we can sell our house, like, right now. Can't afford to buy shit else, so sell it for what? Sell it for what? Where we gonna go? We have nowhere to go. Cassie, we can't even afford to remodel it right now because everything costs too fucking much. I told my husband earlier, I said, if these home improvement people call me one more again, I'm going to file a damn restraining order. Don't call my phone no more. If you're not giving no free home improvement, look, to build your social media, to build your presence, they say I'm an influencer. Well, then come renovate my bathroom for free so I can influence. Otherwise, don't ring my damn phone. I'm not paying for nothing because I ain't got it to pay for it. Yep, tariffs have increased the price of everything, even home improvement. Something else that y'all need to expect to pay more for, car repairs. Car parts have gone up exponentially. And you're going to find that out next time you take your ass to go get your car fixed. Say it again, Russ, that's me. I'm going to drive a car till the wheels fall off that sucker. I don't buy vehicles just to keep trading in and upgrading, trading. That ain't my story, boo. That ain't my story, boo. People got too used to just spending money. And so they kept feeding the machine. And now the machine is so fucking greedy, it wants all this money. And it's trying to take as much money as it can get. That's why it's monetizing so much of your life. That's why. This thing says single, employed, and own a home. You lie. It's not possible, Joseph. You don't have enough followers. I don't believe it. Bye. Y'all didn't see his comment. Bye, beloved. Yep, exactly, Lori. Feed me, Seymour. That is America. Yeah, you essentially do work for free. Honestly, only, Mari, you work to pay bills. You literally work to pay other people, and then they give you a little bit of pocket change that you can keep in your pocket, which makes you think you're doing something, because every so often you take that pocket change and you go out and you do other things. You buy a car, you buy some clothes, you might take yourself out to eat, but ideally, you're just a paid slave. Yep, you're just a paid slave. And every day you show up to that job for them slave wages and you do just enough to get by. That's it. Paid slave. Paid slave. Are you in nursing school, Missy? And it doesn't have to be that way, but it's that way, you guys, because your government's not working for you. Listen, I need y'all to strongly consider running for public office in your local government. Real talk. Shit ain't gonna change until regular people are in government. The problem is there's too many fucking rich people in our government. Local level, federal level. Y'all understand? It's too many rich people. It's rich people at all levels. of your government. All levels. Yep, too many gray heads, too many old people that want to go back to yesteryear. And quiet as kept, all they're doing is romancing it because it wasn't as good as they pretended it was. Not in all facets. Not in all facets. I'm telling y'all, run for fucking office. Run for something. School board, chamber of commerce, mayor. You can do it. And don't let nobody tell you that you can't. You run your household every day. You take care of people every day. You know what your community needs. You live in it. You know what your community needs better than the people who are in leadership positions right now because they're not delivering for your community right now. So how could it be any worse with you? You can do those jobs. Get your ass and run for office. We got to take back what's ours. It's more of us than it is of them. Run for office. Okay? I love you guys. I thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. I want to remind you, don't forget to check out the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast that drops tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about the Church of Politics, how faith and power got married. Because that will explain it to you about why you're so indoctrinated. Why you just lay down for your government. A lot of it has to do with because your government uses a lot of the same tools, tips, and tricks that religion uses. Government uses it too. Government uses it too. And until you wake up to see how your government is playing with your life, it plays with all of our lives, except for rich people. Government don't play with rich people. You know why? Because rich people got money and resources, and politicians want it. You also want to get into government so you can take money out of politics. Put term limits in place. You understand? You ain't gonna change it from the outside, baby. You gotta get in there to change it. You have to get in there. All right? So click the link in my bio and check out that new episode. Like I said, it drops tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And check it out. Because I think that it's important for everybody to understand how we got here. None of this shit's an accident, and it's not going to change if you're not deliberate about how you move in it. Okay? It's not going to change if you're not deliberate in how you move in it. And you have to be deliberate. Because if you're not deliberate, nothing changes. Nothing. Okay? And also, to those of you, I also want to say, those of you who are part of the Patreon, don't forget, we did select a final, there are 3 movies that we got to pick from because there was a 3-way tie with the movie post. There was a 3-way tie on that. So, hold up, did I? Wait a minute. I think I did something I wasn't supposed to do. I sure did. I just deleted the post that I was trying to leave there. So we narrowed it down to 3 final movies. You need to go onto the Patreon and make a decision about what is the final movie going to be. The poll is going to end on August 22nd. Okay? We do movie discussions in this group too. We do a movie where we get together every month to discuss a movie. Last month, we did Sinners. Had a great discussion about Sinners. This month, we got a 3-way tie. The three movies are They Live, Run, and Straw. So, because of that, we need to vote. Hold on, I'm about to add this other option. I'm putting it up right now because I thought I posted this earlier, but I did not. Allow multiple choice, set an end date. Like I said, the end date for this poll is going to be this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the ending of the poll. I'm popping it in here right now. What they say. Okay, I just put it up right now. Make sure you go over to the Patreon and vote. I am allowing this particular poll. You can vote for more than one item, but whatever video has the highest voting total is the one we're going to choose. Even if you always work Venus Vibes, I always put the reruns of these on YouTube. Come on over to Patreon, Kiera. We have a good time over there because there's some stuff I can't, it's a lot of stuff I can't post on TikTok. They would shut my shit all the way down. And I've been in enough jail. I was locked up, they won't let me out. I am a rehabilitated criminal because I have learned when I color outside the lines, they lock me down again. And listen, last time I was locked down, I ain't getting no money put on my books. So I said never again. And I don't know about y'all. I'm not into hyphy meals. I don't like no hyphy meals. Struggle meals, I don't mind struggle meals. But I draw the line at a fucking hyphy meal. You understand? I draw a line at hyphy meals. So I said, no more lockdown for me. No more lockdown for me. Okay? So YouTube, yep, this live tonight. Yes, the Sinners discussion is on YouTube. Click the link in my bio. All of the lives always go on YouTube every day. And the Sinners discussion is on YouTube. One of my most popular sessions was the Sinners discussion. That was a great discussion. Go check it out. So I make sure to put it there. All the links of all the stuff where you can find me, the link is in my bio. I post stuff over on Substack. I don't really post many videos over on Substack, but it's mostly written commentary over on Substack for me. I kind of use it like a blog. But YouTube, I always redo the videos, and I just got approval today to finally start doing lives on Patreon. So members of Patreon, y'all already know what that means. Are we going to go all the way in it? Because I couldn't really go live on Patreon yet. I couldn't do that yet. I had to have a certain amount of posts and all this other shit. But now I got it. And honey, I'm over here like the Grinch, baby. I'm like, I might even send a message to Candace Split Ends Owens and invite her over for a debate. She wouldn't come. She's not going to come because she don't want to come and say nothing. She already going to have to pay them French people all that money. She already got to pay the Macrons. She knows she going to have to pay them people. And she out there now, why won't Trump and J.D. Vance say anything? Because they don't like you. Stupid. You was the one that chose to tow water for him. You better hope you got, look, and her man got money. Like she married somebody with money. You know, I've been asking Republican Jesus to divorce her ass because I know he don't want to pay none of that money. He don't want to pay her debts. That's her shit. That's her shit. So thank you all for joining me today. Like I said, come over, make sure you vote. That poll for the movie ends on Friday. The 3 movies are They Live, Run, and Straw. So you got 2 days to vote on this poll. You need to make sure you get your business over there because whatever wins, that's what we watching. And I haven't seen Run before, and I haven't seen Straw. They Live, it's been a long time, so you might as well say I haven't seen it because it's been a long time since I've seen it. So for me, I can go with any one of them. So as long as we just have a great conversation about it. So check it out. Thank you so much, Kiera. So thank you all for joining me today. Look, I had to think, what is it? Today's Wednesday. I have no job, so it all blends together, man. It all blends, and not in a good way. But thank you all so much. I will be back on here live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like I am every day, right? And I'm going to make it my business to be on time. I just be so caught up in reading stuff that I'm like, whoa, and stuff going on. Plus, I got a video that I'm about to put up soon about how the Trump administration helped another person that they allowed him. He got caught up in some mess in America with children. The Trump administration worked to have him safely transported to Israel so he wouldn't have to face any charges here in America for anything. And he's not going to face any charges there either, just so y'all know. I told you it's no coincidence that Republicans keep getting caught up in stuff with kids. That's a pattern. Y'all better pay attention. That's a pattern. There's no such things as coincidences. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. The government did a sting operation to catch this, what was going on. They caught it. This man got arrested. Trump comes into office. And baby Netanyahu, Israel asked Trump, hey, let this guy go. Trump did. Y'all think that's an accident? His name, hold on. Because I have it on this phone. And I can't get to it yet. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at the article right now. His name is Tom Alexandrovich. He was an Israeli government cybersecurity official. He was arrested in Nevada as part of a crime investigation about you know what. And he was released on bail, and he's returned to Israel because the Trump administration, after an ask from Israel, let him return. Republicans don't care about kids. Y'all can look it up. Look it up after this live. They don't care about kids, and that's not an accident. Y'all tell me. Again, and AI said to me, because I was looking up his name real quick. AI said the case has drawn comparisons where individuals accused of this have fled to Israel, reportedly utilizing its law of return to avoid prosecution in other countries. So he broke the law in America, but because he's Israeli, he's allowed to return to Israel and not be charged in America. But he won't be charged there either. But then our government gives them our tax dollars. Okay. I just want y'all to know that. Thank y'all for joining me today. We had a great time, did we not, this afternoon? Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. We met goals today. I got 71,000 likes. I appreciate that so much. I'm just an Obama lover. Maybe so. But you know what else? This skin is cocoa. I know you hate it. Bye, beloved. He was all upset. Lives in Arizona. You couldn't tell from the avatar. Eek. What they say, you want some monkey bread? Eat. Oh, look, he got blocked and he came back with his account with 17 followers. I blocked that one too, beloved. Try again. How come y'all don't have all this energy for job training programs? That's my question. Why y'all don't have all this energy for job training programs, feeding poor people, helping the elderly? What is that? It's so weird. Exactly, Russ. That's why they want to lower that age of consent, because they want to normalize. And this is also why, see, y'all got to pay attention to, well, I got to say this. This is why y'all got to connect the dots. They try to normalize the stuff that's been happening with the children, the cases, and then they vilify older women. You know why? Because they want to make it so that it's more and more acceptable to look at younger and younger and younger. Y'all better pay attention. You got children, ain't none of your children safe. And don't think just because you got little boys, they safe, because they violating them too. Sometimes they doing worse to them. Sometimes they're doing worse to them. Y'all better wake up. Because see, if the children are part of the Epstein case, and these are adult women now, But if those children, right, weren't safe, what make you think your child's safe? Okay. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Say it again, deeper. Y'all better pay attention. I love you guys. I thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. Before I wrap up today, I want to give a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I do this every live. I appreciate all of you for anything that you provided this evening. I really, really do. Thank you for being here with me, man. Because I used to be in these lives talking to myself. No bullshit. Hey, it was like, hey, listen, TikTok say go live and do something. All right, I'll just go in there and fuck talk. So thank you so much for being here. And I want to, like I said, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Number 1, beautiful Sayana. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Stacy D. Number 3, handsome Rod. I'm assuming, Rod, you're a gentleman, but let me know if I am wrong in that, and I'll fix that. Number 4, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 5, beautiful Trail. Hey, beautiful, I ain't forget about our email. Girl, you know MS is a bitch. It's a bitch. I spent 20 minutes in here earlier trying to find my damn glasses. Look, I'm making myself a note. I started writing the message to you and didn't finish. Look, I'm saying email Trail to finish message. Now, I've got to put this note in a place that I'll remember it. Oh, too bad, MS. And a special shout out to number 6, the beautiful, the Cassie B. Thank you, beautiful. Listen, I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. First, before I tell you that, don't forget to listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast. It's going to be dropping in about 15 minutes. You're going to pop it and see it everywhere. So listen to it and let me know what you think and share it with somebody else that you think it would be beneficial and useful for them. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to tell you like I always do. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed no trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. Love you. See you.